Maybe I was leading her on.
I thought everything was butterflies and rainbows and do you want to be with me?
Do I need to be really taking care of 4 children on our mind? In my mind, I was already checked out.
So you're just gonna drag me along just so you can have fun here?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Who wants to be with a mom with 4 kids? What is wrong with you guys?
Sometimes I feel like she can be kind of controlled and...
What's the problem? It's just who I am.
Anybody that knows me knows that I am assertive. I'm dominant. I'm aggressive.
Yeah.
And
Let me know when I can talk, okay? Because I'm a little boy.
Go ahead. I'm talking to you. Move. What the
This is the Never Ever Mix.
What's up, people? Welcome back to our Never Ever Meets episode recaps. I am your host, the one and only Prophet. If you haven't done so, make sure you like and share the video. Say something in the comment section so we can see who's rocking and rolling with us today. This is the Never Ever Meets Season 2, Episode 8, entitled Off in La La Land. A perfect title for this episode because that's where a lot of people's, that's where a lot of people live in their brains, in the land of Delulu. All right, we're down 2 couples already, leaving us just with 5 couples left, clawing, scratching, and surviving, trying to make it to the finish line. So we only got a week left before all the couples have to make a decision on whether they're staying together or not. Okay, so the episode begins with the exits of Tati and Clav. I don't know if they'll be missed, but I'm gonna miss the Tatas a little bit. Shout out to you, Tatiana. But yeah, it was time for them to go. They both were too immature.
I don't think this is working.
I feel like you're being a big man baby right now.
And definitely not ready for this process, especially Clav. So another one bites the dust. Another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Sorry, but you gotta go. Okay, now let's break down the remaining couples. So we'll start with, we got Brittany, who's 40, from Houston, and we got Ty, who's 38, from Los Angeles, and they've been online dating for 3 months. Remember, this show is based in couples who start off online dating and then they all gather to see if this could be a real thing. All right, so with Ty and Brittany, they're at the bottom of the barrel if you saw the rankings between all the couples as far as who's close, who's actually talking, and who's actually looks like they could make it in a relationship. So this is the bottom of the barrel. Now, Ty told the fellas, about the last date that him and Brittany had, where he took her to his house. He cooked her a big dinner, her favorite dinner, and still he barely made it to first base. So if that doesn't tell you something, then Ty, you are definitely living in the land of Delulu. Anytime a woman says, I would prefer him to allow me to come to him first, is usually bullshit. That means she doesn't like you like that, bro. Sorry. Women don't want to, women normally don't want you as the guy to be thirsty, but they do normally want you to make the first move. So that's definitely a red flag. Especially given the fact that when she was asked, she said, when Jared asked her, she said, yes, I'm attracted to him, but more like a friend. She said he plays too much, he talks too much. It's a lot of, personality or character going on, but it doesn't blend with her. She's more of a low-key person. All right, let me see where I'm at. Okay. All right, so she said she needed time to get there, which I call cap on as well. Sis, you're just not attracted to him. We can stop the charades right now, but we'll proceed. All right, so then there was a question that came about as the housemates were playing another game. And the question was, if you had not had sex yet, do you think y'all would be good sexual partners? And Brittany froze up. She clammed up. She didn't want to answer. She tried to play it off, X, Y, and Z. Red flag number 2 for you, Brittany. And we're just getting in. Cause if you've been talking to somebody for a while and now you're in physical reach, you definitely have thought about it. Maybe that's me. Oh, yeah. So would y'all have thought about it in this instance? Would you think about it if you had sex with the person you're talking to? Would you think in your mind, would it be good or bad? I think this is something that you would think about. But anyway, because you definitely think about it, good or bad. But not answering normally leads to bad thoughts, because good thoughts are normally said loud and proud. Like, yeah, we would tear this up. Yeah, it would be X, Y, and Z. Normally, if somebody's quiet, it's because they don't want to say a bad thing about you. Okay. So she tried to play it off like it's an invasive question for a group setting, for which again I call bullshit. Then she finally got peer pressured into answering the question. So she finally giggled yes, but inevitably she meant no, because she said she didn't really want to hurt his feelings in front of the cast. But when the question was proposed to Ty, he automatically said no. And I think that's because every time he tried to make a move on her, she pushes him away. Now here's the break in communication or perspective. She feels like she's protecting him by not putting him on Front Street. And he feels like, let's just keep it real. Let's just address things and let's, talk about the elephant in the room. In a way, neither person or neither side is wrong. It's just that they handle it different. Like they're handling the issue different. So this is why more conversation is needed. So you get to know each other, where each other stands, and these small things don't turn into big things. Because at this point, it would be known information. You would already have these conversations. So it wouldn't be such a big deal. Even if you already had the conversation and both of y'all wasn't on the same page, when the topic comes about, nobody's going to feel blindsided. But now, as we get deeper in the episode, or as she got up and left from the game, she was upset, and Ty went in there to confront her in the kitchen. And now I told y'all people, stop having these conversations in the kitchen. That is not the place. But y'all don't want to listen. So then they begin bickering in front of everybody. And then you throw in, because all these other people are around, throw in some pride and ego, and now a small game question has turned into a full-blown argument. Now, both of them end up yelling at each other. She ends up cussing and pointing her finger in his face. Where is the respect, people? What happened to respecting each other? Don't put your finger in people's faces, and don't be cussing at people that are not cussing at you. These things only elevate the tension. So yeah, this turned out to be a bad job. Now, do y'all think they will stay together? Yeah, I'm not even going to finish that question because this is over. Sorry, Brittany, and sorry, Ty, but y'all should check out an exit stage left right about now. Okay, the next couple up we have is Charli and Jared. Charli, who's from Dallas, 34, and Jared, who's 32, from Columbia, South Carolina. They've been dating for 4.5 years. Now, we got a lot going on between this episode. So they were mainly the focal point. So there's going to be a lot here in this breakdown between these two. Now, Jared, it starts off with Jared preparing for his sister to come for the family visit. And he was worried about her reaction to finding out that Charli already had a ready-made Brady bunch of kids.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
So he decided to get ahead of it and to have an honest conversation about how he feels before his sister got there. Do y'all think that was the right choice for him to get ahead of the landmines? Just so Charli wouldn't be blindsided by both of them feeling like she was being attacked. I actually do think that that was a good idea for Jared to get in front of it. But anyway, Jared told Charli the truth about him lying during the game and his true feelings about her being a Wu-Tang Clan package deal. Shout out to Wu-Tang. I will say that Charli, even though she was surprised and angry at what he was telling her, she didn't lose control. She kept it cute. Not even about him lying. Yeah, she didn't lose control even about him lying. So she took it all on the chin, actually. So shout out to Charli, because that's normally doesn't happen. We always talk about women asking for the truth, but not really being prepared to handle the truth. In this instance, Jared told her some truth, and she took it pretty well. All right, so he was telling her that his initial thoughts or his initial idea or plan was to convince her and the one kid that he thought she had to move to South Carolina to be with him. But after her telling him it's now 4 kids, in his brain, he's just started thinking, assuming, and just summarizing that would be an unrealistic option. See, this is why I don't do long distance or online relationships, because where is it going? Like, where are we going? What are we doing? I agree. It's really like you're putting yourself in an unrealistic position. But that wasn't the bomb that he dropped. The bomb that really hit home was him admitting to knowing before they had sex his feelings and not communicating that to her, that he knew that this wasn't something he really wanted to pursue in the long haul, so he could smash. This revelation could have went nuclear. Do y'all consider that as him leading her on, him playing games, X, Y, and Z? But here's the tricky part, ladies. I know. You always scream, just tell me the truth, Give me the option, let me make the decision. And we see, when he told her she was cool and she took it. Like I said, she took it on the chin. But how would he have known what her reaction was going to be? They just got around each other physically. They're still getting to know each other. It's no way to foresee that she would have been cool. Now, would she have stayed in the moment the same? Would she still have had the same freedoms? It's no way of knowing that. And I'm sorry, but if I put in 4.5 years of boo loving and conversations and hee hee ha ha, it's just not worth the risk. After I put in all that work, after 4.5 years, I'm gonna feel like he deserves some box. Sorry, ladies, I'm gonna feel like he deserves it. I think he does. Y'all might disagree, but I think he does. All right, so just because she was cool, we don't know what her reaction would have been if he had copped out to his feelings up front. She said she would have been cool, but we don't know. Most women, don't they say, well, if you don't accept my kids, then you don't accept me. Now, if that was her sentiments, if she was moving in that way, that would have been that good time that they had, them smashing and enjoying each other's company. If she took that stance that most women do take, that good time would have ended abruptly. And then you don't get to live in the moment, you don't get to have fun, and some may see it as leading on. There's others who will see that as you're in Delulu. So, perspective is always key. Okay. Now, some people may call that selfish or immature or even ugly in some people's eyes. But I feel like he did what he had to do, man. He did pre-warn her in this conversation that his sister would be judgmental about her lying. Because we got to remember they both lied at the beginning. He lied about having a newborn, and she lied about having a newborn and 3 other kids. So, him pre-warning her that his sister would be judgmental, as she should be. I think women need to understand what you're asking and trying to put on the back of a man. Aside from the financials, he's still trying to get to know her, let alone 4 different personalities, 4 different emotional people, 4 different empty voids of a father. He's still trying to grasp being a father to his own 2 children. Now you want to add 5 people on that, so that's her, including her 4 kids. That's a fucking lot, man. It's a fucking lot, people. So I'm glad she did acknowledge that is a lot. And she does seem like a cool chick. But once again, that's a fucking lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
All right, so they always say, and she said this to him, I make more money than you. I don't even really need you. financially. And she may not. But there's still going to be birthdays, Christmas, shit, a regular dinner out with, what is that, 8 total with his kids. So a regular dinner with all that would just be a fucking lot. But even, finances aside, if I just met you and I'm trying to get to know you and I'm caring and growing a like for you, that's different than me, you, him, her. And it's still, and then I still got to think about my two. That's a fucking lot, people, and it's a big difference. And I'm sorry, because it's just about peace and quiet for me. I don't like noise. If you be quiet, no noise. I don't want to hear that noise. I don't want to hear the pitter patter. My kids are big. My kids are grown, older. Been there and done that. To each his own. If that doesn't bother y'all, but I'm past that, and a lot of people who are not even past that are trying to handle what they have going on. So, to each his own though. All right, so she said that basically I don't want you to be a father or to help me out with the kids financially. I just wanted you for me. And yeah, in a perfect world, that sounds good, but your world ain't perfect. You ain't just you. You is you, him, her, and him. And yeah, he likes you, but your situation is bigger than him, or your situation is bigger than you and him. Now, y'all want honesty. Y'all say y'all want the truth. That's some honesty for y'all asses. All right, so, in even sense, I feel like they could be aligned as people, but the timing of their life isn't aligned. Have you ever met somebody, pun intended, shout out to the show, the Never Ever Mets. You could meet somebody, and then you ever thought to yourself, damn, I wish I met you 10 years earlier, or in some cases, even 5 years later. Their timing just is off. Their life timing is off. And this is a jewel that I want to make sure people are taking note of, so you can jot this down, put a pen in it, make a voice note, whatever you need to do. Make sure you catch this one right here. You gotta be mindful of your choices, because your choices affect your options. I'll say that one more time for the people in the back. You must be mindful of your choices, because your choices affect your options. That's a jump for y'all. All right, so even after all these revelations and the sister and the best friend, and we got mediators, and we're having conversation, and Jared is saying, I don't think this is realistic. Even after all of these things are being said, she still wants to work it out and stay together. And I was like, damn, Charli, was the D that good?
We had sex. Amazing.
God damn, Charli. Because she's obviously still living in the land of Delulu. So while he's reiterating, and she's asking him, well, how do you feel? What do you think? Do you think we can still move forward? He's still telling her. And y'all always say, they didn't say it. He didn't say it. No. Maybe he didn't say it before, but he's definitely saying it now. He's still telling her, I think I like you and I would want to, but this still seems unrealistic. You know, we could be cool. We could have a situation. We could see what that looks like moving forward. But I don't think a full-blown relationship is in the cards for us right now at this time. So do y'all think that Charli and Jared will stay together in the end? Remember, it's only 1 week left, people. Only 1 week left. Okay, the next couple up is my girl Lex, who's 47 from Philly, and Chris, who's 35 from Dallas, Texas. And they've been online dating for a year. But they started off here, they had a coaching or a therapy session because Chris wanted to address feeling like she's aggressive and controlling. What's y'all thoughts? Like, do y'all think Lex is aggressive and controlling, or is Chris reacting from his past trauma as a kid? He spoke on some PTSD involving his father, like not being around, present, like physically around. So he spoke about basically having his own apartment in the 9th grade, which is wild. And that will definitely impact or have an impact on how you carry and see things. Because he's used to being a singular person. He probably never seen what a partnership looked like. So Lex did admit and own it that she's aggressive. But that doesn't always equate to control. It could be a good or a bad thing, all depending on how the other person takes it. He said he doesn't want a mother or a dominant figure. He just wants a person or a partner. He just wants you to be you. He just wants you to be present. He doesn't necessarily want or need you to be doing certain things. So, he spoke on, she asked him to wash his clothes, and he was like, "No, I'm cool. I got it." I don't know if that's a huge thing that can't be worked out, but it's just something that you have to get adjusted to. But the problem in that is that's just who Lex is at her core. Do y'all think that people can adjust, or do y'all think that most people stand on, who they are at their core? Because even if they change for you, that kind of helps you out, but it hurts them. So they're at a pivotal make it or break it point, because in her mind, something like this she just views as a hiccup, something that they can talk out, they can work through it and then move on. But in his mind, it's something like, is this what I got to deal with every fucking day? Is this what I got to deal with in the long haul? In his mind, it's more of a serious deal breaker kind of thing. But this is an example of different perspectives and misaligned people or personalities. And people don't understand that relationships are way more of a mindset than anything else. You got to look at it like, can we both be satisfied if we find compromise, or is it even worth it? Because if I adjust or if I compromise, then I'm not being my true full self. So those are things that you have to deal with people who have just different perspectives or who are not all the way aligned. The therapist asked him, is there any other issues? Is there any other thing that he wanted to address? And he basically was like, no, That's everything. I said everything I wanted to say. She heard me when I said it. And I don't, like, he was saying it, like, I don't think she's changing her behavior. But, that's just who she is. So when his conversation was given, he would say no to them staying together. Like he wouldn't move forward. And I kind of agree with him in a sense, because I don't believe that women, or let's just say people, can change, or they should change. For the most part, it's best to find somebody who you align with, or people who you might not be aligned with, but their shit doesn't bother you. Because who wants to always be bothered? Like, so later on in the episode, Lex could feel that the vibes were off from their conversation and therapy, and she decided to take the initiative and show some effort. She showed some effort and some being thoughtful by taking him out on a date. And this is big. This is big for Lex, because this is Lex's first time in life, I'm going to say. Well, I think she said this is her first time in life planning and taking a man out on a date. She doesn't believe in that. She's more traditional, her culture, all these things. But ladies, there's nothing wrong with taking a man out on a date, especially a man that you're interested in. This is not the 60s. Show that man the same effort that you want him to show you. Men are simple people for the most part. All they really want and need is for you to pay attention and for you to show some effort, and that in turn makes them feel appreciated. It's real easy. It's real simple. All right, so on the date, she actually took him to a boxing gym, the Floyd Mayweather gym, because she knows he likes boxing. So this is actually an activity that they both can do together. So gold star for you, Lex. Good job. Ladies, y'all should be taking notes. It's important to show a man that you got his back, that it's not all about you, that it's about y'all as a unit. And not only am I going to want you to do things for me, but I'm also going to pay attention and do things for you that you like. So shout out to Lex. We saw her boxing a little bit, previous conversations. She did say that she used to fight a little bit when she was younger. So she looked good with the gloves on. She looked like she could handle herself a little bit. Looking like she could throw a punch a little bit. Shout out to you, Lex. Shout out to you. So they just may have a shot, after all. Do y'all think that they will stay together in the end? Let me know in the comment section. Lex and Chris, do y'all think that they will stay together in the end? All right, the next couple is Cinco, who's 30 from Atlanta, and my girl Jay, who's 30 from Illinois. My favorite, my girl Jay. They've been online dating for 5 months, and so far so good. It's been smooth sailing. This was a light episode for them. We didn't see them that much. They were present, but the focal point wasn't really on them. So I'm sure next episode, we will see a lot of them. I think we saw a clip at the end, if y'all seen that or not. They're going to have an issue or a debate based in location or relocation issues. Yeah, this is why I don't do long distance relationships, because that's some nonsense. I don't have time to be arguing about who's going to move here, who's going to move there, when you're going to come see me, when can I come see you. It's just added on headache that I don't think is necessary. Yeah, but moving from Illinois to Atlanta is a big gap and a big difference. And Jay seemed like Jay was a little upset at Cinco for not understanding that she just can't up and move with a kid, no matter the age of the kid. How would he understand that? He don't got no kids, so no, he don't know. And like I said previously, women will always say, if you want me, you got to accept my kid. Which, as they should. I'll never say choose the man over the kid or over your kid. But what I will say is, you as the person with the kid, you have to understand the other side of the person who doesn't have a kid. Every side needs to be accounted for. You can't just say, I got a kid, your side and your voice doesn't matter. So we'll see how that plays out next week. But y'all let me know, whose side are y'all on, Jay or Cinco, and how do y'all think that that conversation will play out. I will say, even though Jay's my favorite, I have been noticing in the last couple of episodes that she does have a red flag. And that red flag is that, yes, she's a real one. She cool. She just say how she feel, X, Y, and Z. But she's also confrontational. Like, she's also confrontational with the other castmates. Like, why are you so invested in their business? You know, it's one thing if we just chilling and we bid in the background, you know, just for jokes and giggles, you know, shits and giggles and all that. But it's another thing for you to be calling people out and saying shit out of pocket. Let them people handle, you know, whatever they got going on. So maybe Jay has some maturing to do as well. But we'll see that next week. Last but not least, we got KeKe from Atlanta, Georgia. And we have Brandon, who's 30, from Birmingham, Alabama. And they've been online dating for 4 years. So we didn't get to see them that much this episode. So also next week, you know, they should be a focal point. But I will say this, as we saw in the clip as well, the previews for next week. Big Draws McGraw, a.k.a. KeKe, she finally told Brandon she wasn't able to see or meet him, you know, during their 4-year online dating because she was still dealing with her ex. So once again, Brandon has done nothing but show up for her big ass, look out for her big ass well-being, and try to get closer with her big ass. And what has she done? I'll wait. But anyway, there wasn't a lot of spreading of wealth between the couples this episode, but there was a lot to unpack. So, shout out to, you know, the Never Ever Mets. This was my season 2, episode 8 recap. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video, all that good stuff. Hit the live bell notification. Subscribe to the channel. And until the next time, people, deuces.